Jim Griffin has been probably in the technology side of the music business before the music business realized they were in the technology business.
My key point is that we start out by telling people, reminding them, you don't need to register to have a copyright. And that's true. You have a copyright the moment your creative expression is fixed in a medium, whether it's writing on paper, doodling on a napkin, recording into a small recorder, you're covered by copyright. And we tell people that, but unfortunately what is lost is the value of registration to you. So I'll say flat out, even though it's not in the treaty, if you don't register your works, you're not getting paid. Flat out, you're not getting paid. I know this will be somewhat disturbing to you, but music, the product, is dead in more ways than one. Okay, we've moved on to music, the service. And most money for music today is not actual money that comes from the sale of products whose quantity and destiny are controlled, whose supply and demand are watched. We have moved from actual compensation to actuarial compensation. In other words, it's now more about a pool of money and a fair way to split it up than it is about tracking each individual sale. You're leaving money on the table if you're not registered. If you're not registered with the US government, if you're not registered with Sound Exchange, if you're not registered with ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC, Harry Fox Agency, you need to get out there and register because rights unenumerated are rights disrespected. You're not going to get paid. You're not going to get the attribution you deserve. We live in a time of an explosion of creativity. We have a phrase for it. We call it UGC, user-generated content. And what I'll tell you, the impact is largely good for you, but it's that we're watching creativity move from the center of the network to its edge. And so when we, John and I, we fossils up here, as my son likes to call us, with the gray hair, our world was the center. If we were negotiating for the price of music, we went to the National Association of Broadcasters and the music industry, and we were both at the center, and we would get in a battle, and then we'd walk away. But today, it's not the center, not the recording studio, not the people who are in the middle at the radio station, at the TV network, etc. Increasingly, creativity comes from the edge of networks. So you need to think about, how do I compete from the edge of the network instead of trying to convince somebody at the center to help me?